Today is an exciting day because we are going to be planting some shrubs. So I went down to a fairly local garden center and it was a beautiful day. The temperature was great and the garden center wasn't too busy, so I had a lot of fun just taking my time looking, and I found all kinds of things that I would like to do in the future. One thing that I want to do is these beautiful junipers. I have a few little hills and things that this ground cover would cover up pretty nice, and I think it would look good, especially over time once it grows out. And it just stays low ground cover, so I think it would be a nice addition to the house. And then there was these pretty crimson fire little shrubs. I thought these would be a pretty addition too. I'm not really sure where I'd want to put them, but they were pretty. And these are the shrubs that I ultimately went with, and I am pretty happy with my decision on these. They're a dwarf variety, so they won't get too tall. It says 3 to 4 foot tall max, which is perfect because I'm just wanting to create just a little border down the driveway. Boxwoods are what I was intending on getting, but after comparing these and the Japanese holly, I decided on the Japanese holly. Also, something else was cool that I found here were these little vines. These were interesting to me because just a few days ago I found them growing all over my pine trees in my yard. So I just have these naturally growing, and these were $23 a piece, or almost $24 a piece for these. So it's pretty cool that I just have them growing naturally in my yard. So I ended up getting 15 of these Japanese holly bushes, and it ended up being the perfect amount to go down the driveway and leaving a little opening. So this is them all loaded up in the car, and then the soil conditioner that I bought. These little birds were just helping themselves to my grass seeds. I am super excited about getting these planted. It's late in the day, so hopefully we have enough time to get it going, or at least get it going, but hopefully we'll get them all done. So that's what we got here. I'm gonna go change into some working clothes and we'll get the show on the road. So I'm gonna be using some of this root stimulator and this 2-gallon watering can just to give it a boost after we plant them. So after we plant them, we'll use this to pour over it also. And she said per 2 gallons you want to put 7 tablespoons of this in there. And so 2 gallons of this should do 4 plants. And that'll be after we get them watered in real good, get them planted. And we'll also use this just to condition the soil. And so since ours is pretty bad and doesn't drain very well, we're going to be doing a 2-to-1 ratio of this. So 2 parts of the Happy Frog soil conditioner with 1 part of our native soil. And it's going to start right here from a walkway, or from the side of the garage. It's going to make a walkway. And we're going to come all the way down, all the way up to where that culvert is up there. We're going to be spacing these plants out 5 feet. We have a big area to cover, so trying to make them stretch as far as we can. So we're going to do 5 feet across. Got my little tape measure. So in just a second, you're going to see where I left a gap, mainly because it would be nice to have access to the front yard if we were driving like our gator or anything through it. But I ended up finding an extra plant that I left in the car, so I was able to close up that gap and make it just a little bit smaller. Alright Alright, now that we got them all planted, it is time to start digging. Good morning. It is the next day and we are gonna get these all planted up today. I got about 5 planted yesterday before it got dark on me, and today my husband's off work, so he has volunteered to help me dig some holes. So while he's digging, I'm gonna be planting. Look what I found. I was very thankful to have my husband helping me dig these holes, because the ones that I did yesterday were fine as far as digging. I was just digging through dirt. But once we get closer to the garage, we start hitting some of the gravel from the previous driveway. And so that was making it a lot more difficult to dig the holes. But thankfully he didn't mind helping me. We are finally making it to the finish line. We got them all planted up, and I watered them in a little bit with a water hose. But like I said, our ground does hold water pretty good, so I didn't soak them down like maybe a typical yard you would do that in. But I did go ahead and give them a little bit of water with the water hose. And then after doing that, I'm just going back with some of that root stimulator. And like I said earlier, I put 7 tablespoons of that root stimulator into this 2-gallon bucket, and then you want to water 4 plants with those 2 gallons. Here is the final look. We got them all planted, all watered in, and got the root stabilizer on them. I do still have to go back and move all of this extra dirt that we had left over, but I went ahead and just recorded what we got done. So I'm very happy with them. I think they look great. And right here you'll see where that gap is that I left open for a little entryway. And it did close it up by adding that one plant. And so I do think it looks a lot better with it not being so wide. But that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and remember to like and subscribe.